such a manner. You write at the beginning of a crisis. And so that's what I did. I rearranged it and to start where the opening page is what you'll read, and that's in the middle of Bruce's story. The second thing that she said that you need to do is that you show and not tell. And so it was something that I learned from writing Clara Coulthard-Johnson's story, in that you use a lot of dialogue because that helps to tell the story in an interesting fashion. So I introduced the dialogue into Bruce's story. And there was a third thing, I can't quite remember it, but that was the process that I followed, is to start at an interesting place, to include dialogue, and to make it interesting. So that was the process. And I guess I've learned a lot. First, I learned a lot when I wrote Clara's story. I learned a lot more about writing and doing Bruce's story, and even more in doing Cliff's story. So maybe when I get to a ripe old age, I'll be up for
Clara's book is here too. If anybody hasn't got a copy of Clara's book and they'd like it, we'd love to have Clara here today. Clara Johnson's book is here, so if you like one of them, it's here too. Where's your bit?
Well, it's actually your time to speak, Bruce.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's your turn, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, the man of the moment, such a great friend to us all, a man of encouragement, and, oh, just Bruce, you know that, yeah. I didn't say
Yes, well, I really think that Gwen is so much of the credit is Gwen's. We only lived a life together, that's all. But Gwen put many hours in getting the book together. I think she's been through it 8 times to try and get it right. I only wrote it out longhand and left her to sort it out virtually. It takes a lot of work. If you want to know what it is, just try and write your own life story and get it down, get it in print. You'll jolly soon find out what it's like. But in saying that, unaccustomed as I am to public speaking, you never laugh about that either. But anyway, I just feel that I have to say that, because I had to say that one time in life. But anyway, I just think that, thanks very much for coming. I did write this very much with the intention, it's been my burden for a long time, that many men, when they get, after many years in ministry, like I have been, that they get to a stage where they feel that they've finished, and I don't indulge that, I don't endorse that. Many years ago I told them that I would not have retired put on my minister's credentials. I got my minister's credential the other day in the mail, and it still hasn't got retired on it. They think I am, but it's still not on it. Because I don't believe it. I get tired of men when they get to 65 after many years of ministry and training in public speaking, that they feel that they're finished. I don't identify with that rubbish. I don't believe that the call of my life ever is finished until I'm in the box, because I'm called of God to be what I am. And I don't believe in bowing out quietly and easily. It's up to God to keep me going. So I believe I need to say that, and I found out that many men in my age that I've encouraged them and said, listen, you've been communicated all your life, and if you've got nothing on paper, it's time you got it there. If you've lived a life and you need to get it down, then get it down now, so that what you've done can at least be a testimony later on when you're dead. And it's because Gwen and I have taken that attitude together. We do most things together, I won't assure you that. But because we've taken that attitude together, Cliff Baird got up his butt and decided to write his story. So Gwen's now done that one too now. And I think it's good to see that. And I think many people in the latter part of their life need to understand, if they've been communicators and they've had something to give to the world, then for goodness sake, make it go and make it live and make it go on. We've had a wonderful life. We've had a great life together. We make no doubts about it. We're a called of God together. We've stuck it out together. We've ministered together in every possible way. We're a great team, and I've got no mistake. I know that I've got a wonderful wife. And so in doing this, I just see it as an extension of my life while I'm alive. I'm not quite dead yet. There's a couple of chapters to go yet. and that I still intend to write them out as well. So thank you very, very much for being here today, and for the many, many people that have been with me as part of the Roundup. I want to say that very, very earnestly, because many here today from elders of churches right around the north here have been very precious friends to me for many, many years. And Gwen and I would not be where we are without some of their help and blessing over countless, countless years. That's very, very important. I know myself, know and have known for many years that elders in churches are more important than pastors. Pastors come and go, they stay for a while and clear out and blow through. But the elder sticks on there and he keeps the work going time after time after time. That is incredibly important, incredibly valuable to have those senior people in churches as the rocks to go on. But all the people that have been a part of the Roundup with us over countless, countless years, over 45 countries across Australia, has been very precious indeed. And those people have been part of our life. We wouldn't be where we are without the support and backing of many, many people, prayer warriors and church people and solid people and not so solid people. That's what we're here for, to reach everybody. That's what we try to do. I try to do that in every occupation I've ever worked in. I do not believe that any occupation I've ever been in has not been a part of my call. I do not believe that I'm called only to be a minister. I'm called to be a man of God in every given situation. And I would to God that every man here understands that. I don't care what you're called for. If you're called to God, you're called to be what you are, and you be what you are where you are. I get tired of men that say, I hate my boss. I bet he hates you if you've got that attitude. And my opinion here always is, I don't care what your job is, and I never have cared what my job is. If I'm there to do a job, I do it for God, whatever it is. And make sure I get on top of that job so that he can't sack me. It's never been my policy to ever be sacked by anybody. And I encourage men and women to dig in where you are. Stop moaning about your darn boss and get on and do what you need to be. That's what we've tried to write, that's what we try to put down, that's what we seek to portray. My wife is a go-getter. If you haven't known that, I've known it for a long time. She doesn't know any stop. She hasn't got a stop button. She wouldn't have written that book. And the others that she's done as well. But thank you very much for being here. We're here because of the grace of God. You are here by the grace of God. We're friends together in a great fight. And thank you for being my friends in the fight. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you. This is like to call upon Philip right now, who's going to officially launch the talk. Put your hands together for this wonderful man as well.
Yeah, of course.
Pick it up, you want it? I don't know this one.
Well, welcome everyone.
Yeah.
Family, friends, very important guests. And there's a few of you here too. And all of those who are in all three categories, welcome today for this launching of this fantastic book, the Maverick's Roundup. Now I can say it's fantastic because it's my dad who's the main person in the book, and my mum is the one who wrote it, of course. So it is a great book, and I have read it. When Mum and Dad picked up the books from Adelaide, we were the first, nearly the first I suppose, to get a copy. And the family got stuck into it, and we were very, very pleased to read the story. Let me start by telling you a story. We were on a family holiday once to Streaky Bay. And I was at that age where I was just getting my learners. I had my oil plates. I hadn't driven much, and Dad thought this was a great idea for me to be the chauffeur. And he would sit in the back seat, and he would just be driven around, him and Mum. So anyway, it was a bit scary. I found it quite scary. I shouldn't tell my kids this, but I did. Streaky Bay, driving in that town was awful. All that traffic. It was shocking. The stop signs. You had to pull up these stop signs and then take off up a hill. It was terrible. Anyway, one day, it was a Sunday, I think. We didn't go to church. We were out driving around and going down towards, I think it was Seal Bay, south of Streaky Bay. And as we were going down this dirt road, there was this old farmhouse on the side of the road in a paddock. And Dad says, oh, that looks very interesting. Just stop here and let's pop over there and have a look. So I pulled up to the gate, and there was this massive sign on the gate. No trespassing, this means you. Now, Dad said, that doesn't mean me. And promptly hopped over the gate and went to have a look at this house. And not only that, my mum jumped over the gate too and went to have a look at this house. Now, being the sort of bloke that I am, I decided I would abide by the sign and stay in the car. So there I was, all alone by myself, looking at my parents trespassing, looking at this old house. Well, they did their look, they came coming back across the paddock, and lo and behold, there was this dust coming down the road towards them. It was the irate farmer pounding down the road in his car. Mum and Dad picked up speed, jumped back over the gate. Dad hopped into the car. Go, go, go! Now, what was an L-plater, law-abiding L-plater meant to do? Go, 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 like his dad said? No. I could just imagine this L-plater speeding down the road, racing